Good morning. Happy February. I'm so thankful that we made it through January. I want to start a new reading vlog, and it might not be super exciting. If you've been here for a minute, I typically get infusions for my to help treat my chronic illness. I have myalgic encephalomyelitis, which I call ME. Some people in the US call it chronic fatigue syndrome, but it's much more than fatigue. I had been getting these infusion treatments last year and had some insurance issues. Love the American medical insurance system, and was not able to get them in January. So I went a whole month without it. I had some changes in medication, which didn't make me feel great. And so the good news, we're going to focus on the good news. I was able to get an infusion yesterday. Yay! Sometimes when I get infusions, this has been like a trend. Sometimes they knock me out, and sometimes I'm fine. And I think probably a combination of not having had it for a month, and January was just really stressful. It was stressful. Let's just say that. Yesterday I made the mistake. I don't know how I did this, but I scheduled multiple appointments in one day, which is not great when you have issues with fatigue and brain fog and pain, those kind of things. I had to go get lab work. Then I went and got my infusion, came home and worked. Then I had to take my cat to the vet for his monthly arthritis shot. So besides the infusion making me tired, I'm just tired. So this weekend I want to do, there's things of course that I want to do, but I need to focus first and foremost on recovery, letting my body recover. I would love to clean my house. I feel like I say that every vlog, but it takes a lot of energy. I need to make up some hours for work that I missed yesterday with my appointments. I also have a freelance project that I'm working on. I was supposed to go look at apartments today, but I just don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I just don't think that's going to happen. There was a library book sale this morning at my library. It's still going on, but I'm going to be really good and not go because I'm on a low spend year, and I ordered book of the month. I ordered books from book of the month yesterday. Yeah, that's the one subscription that I think I said in my low spend year that I would allow myself. And yeah, so we're being good. We're not going to the library book sale. So this weekend, I really want to start on my February TBR. I am currently reading The Echoes by Evie Wild. This is an arc that I one from GoodReads, and it comes out on February 18th. I was reading this last night and fell asleep, so my bookmark is in a place that I don't remember what happened before it, so I'm having to go back a couple of chapters to kind of see what I slept through, apparently. Like, I even tabbed something in the part that I need to go back through. I also need to film. I want to film my January wrap up if I can. I need to, just some of the things I need to do around the house. I am continuing to wrap up some of the china and things like that in the china cabinet that was my mom's. So I've got boxes, like I've saved boxes for that. Still having brain fog, and right now it feels really just fatigue. So we're gonna rest. That's our goal today, is to rest. And maybe I can do some of this stuff tomorrow. And I think that's all I had to do today. I mean, that's a good bit of stuff. And like I said, I'm gonna listen to my body and do what it needs. The other book I didn't finish yet is Your Money or Your Life by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez. This is my intentional living book for, well, I was trying to do it in January. I have a couple chapters left. I'm listening to the audio and making notes. So I would like to finish this and then start a new one. I was going to do Atomic Habits by James Clear, but one of my holds for a book that was recommended to me came in. So I picked that up yesterday, and I've also just kind of changed around what I want to read in February. Not from the TBR, just for my intentional living books. So I'll tell you more about that at some point. So yeah, I'm just gonna read right now. I've got an ambient room on. I've got my little heater on. It's gonna be a nice day. I may go out in the backyard, but I doubt I'll get out for a WALK. Can't say it too loud because Mabel's right over there. I don't know. I may try and take her a little bit. I'm trying to get back to taking her out on a regular basis on leash and practicing, training, those kind of things, because she is leash reactive with, it seems to be bigger dogs. We passed by 2 yapping chihuahuas the other day, and I say that with love because I had a yapping chihuahua for 12 years. And she had no reaction, but if she sees big dogs, she freaks out. So we're working on training. And now I'm just rambling. I've been rambling for a minute. So I'm going to read and yeah, spend the weekend with me at minimum. It may be a week-long vlog. Maybe we'll do a week-long reading vlog. All right, I'm going to read. The good news is I'm feeling better. Not like 100%. I haven't been 100% in years. But I am feeling better from the infusion. I'm still taking it easy today. I still have brain fog, obviously. I finished The Echoes by Evie Wild, and I'll tell you more about that later. I also signed up for another author event that's happening at the end of the month. But it is at one of my libraries, and it's an author I'm super excited about meeting. So I'm actually going to go to the bookstore and buy his book, because I actually don't have any hard copies of any of his books. So I know it's a low spend year. I got book of the month, but I'm only going to get this one book, and I think I have credits at the store. We'll find out, but either way, I'm comfortable with this. I am also going to take some of the plastic bags to recycling. So let's go on a little low energy errand run. Okay, I'm back. As you can hear, sorry about that. I am doing my laundry, and I had to go to 2 bookstores to get this book. I don't know why. And it came out in 2023. Why did I think it came out in 2024? I don't know. Because I was expecting a hardback, but it's a paperback. So the author I'm going to see is S.A. Cosby. I'm so excited. I've read 2 other of his books. I think he has 5 books out. I'll have to look. I think he has 4 books out. Yeah, 4 books out. Because I've read Razor Blade Tears, and I've read My Darkest Prayer, and they're intense for sure. Sorry, my hand is shaking. They're intense. He's an intense writer. I think he knows how to write the knit and grit of life in a way that is readable and doesn't completely gross me out. I mean, he peters on the edge in some instances, and he, talks about subjects and that are really difficult, and he is pretty much doesn't hold back and kind of gets straight to the point. His language is colorful, which fits the stories that he tells. So yeah, I want to read. This is his latest, All the Sinners Bleed. I think he might be coming out with one in 2025. I can't remember. But anyway, I want to read this one now. And I just did my February TBR, and it's gonna kind of get a little tossed up in the air. Because I'm very excited that I am going to be a judge with the BookTube prize. That's all I can tell you now. Can't tell you the books. You'll have to wait till later. But thankfully, I was able to get all of the books that I am reading through the libraries. Either, like, I have the 2 libraries, and then I have Libby from 2 libraries and Hoopla from 2 libraries. So that's really awesome that I'm able. There's a couple audiobooks and a couple I can get physically. So that is awesome and sets me up pretty well. From what I gather from our instructions, I have about 2 months to read them, a little less than 2 months to read them. So I still hope to get to the things that I picked for my February TBR. This could fit maybe one of the mini deck of TBR-a-thon prompts, perhaps, maybe. We'll have to see. Gonna turn this on since I'm sitting further away from the camera. I just filmed my January wrap up. I'm a little behind on videos. I didn't get much done yesterday. I was really feeling pretty bad. I did get out, which was good for my mental health, and you'll have seen those clips. And then I forgot about something starting. So my confession is that I like NASCAR. I know, it goes against so many things for me, but I do. I follow NASCAR, and it started back up last night. I had forgotten that it happened, and I was having a hard time doing two things at once. Normally I can do two things at once, which is mainly like having a race or a baseball game or something like that in the background and reading. Last night that really didn't happen. I just really laid on the couch with my dog and my cat, and we just mindlessly watched NASCAR. So it ended up being the chill night that I needed. This morning I have obviously been showered and yeah, filmed the video. Would like to film a few more videos today for the rest of the week, so I can edit those throughout the week and post them. So I mentioned yesterday that I finished The Echoes by Evie Wyld. I think I'll wrap the books up at the end because I hope to at least get through this next one. I'm reading American Rapture by C.J. Lead. I had started this in January, but the beginning of it had some similarities to one of the other books I was reading. So I decided to put this aside until I finished the other book, which I did. I'm not very far into this. It's kind of giving me creepy vibes already. Just eerie vibes, I guess is a better way to say where we're gonna go with this. I'm interested. This was a book recommended by Shannon at Pages and Polish, so looking forward to read this. And then my next book to read is the S.A. Cosby book that I just bought. All the Sinners Bleed. For the ahead of the event that I am going to in a couple weeks. So I'm going to heat up my coffee because it got cold. I'm going to edit the video that I just recorded because it's going up today. And then I'm gonna kind of process. I did not having the best health day today either, but I kind of go back and forth with it. the infusions really do help me, but I also just increased a medicine that I've kind of started slowly, and the first day I took it last week knocked me down. So that is also impacting my energy right now. But I hope it will get better throughout the day. So yeah. Just a quick update. It's later on Sunday night. It's like 9 o'clock. I am not going to read this. I got to about 100 pages in, and this is one of the things that is kind of a struggle for me because I don't want to read the synopsis because I feel like they give a lot away. But if I had read the synopsis, I probably wouldn't have picked this one off Shannon's list to read. So, I don't know. But there is some body horror in here, which is not my brand of horror that I like. I'm not really sure what I like in horror. I think it's probably like more like haunted houses and I don't know, haunted houses and creepy people. But this is about a flu-like illness that makes people demonic and basically just want to and makes them very lustful, which is in the synopsis. I looked at the synopsis after the first couple of people reacted in this way. But I do like the writing style, but I think her other books, CJ Leeds' other books, are also more body horror. I don't know. But I did like the writing. I really liked the writing. And I like the character of Sophie. I really liked her. So, but yeah, I'm just not going to read this one. But if you like that kind of thing, I would definitely recommend reading this. But yeah, not for me. I'm not really sure what I'm going to read next. I've got a few nonfiction that I still have going that I may read. And also I'm going to go to bed because it's 9 o'clock. I try to go to bed, get in bed before 9 o'clock on school nights. Should we just call them school nights? When I have to work the next day. But I am gonna go to bed, let the dog out, go to bed, and then I will check in with you in the morning. Good morning. It is, what day is it? Tuesday morning. And I finished Your Life or Your Money last night. And we'll wrap it up at the end. I also read, which I think I mentioned, I read a chapter in Invisible Man. There's no the. And it was really hard to read. yeah. If you've read chapter 2 in this, you know. So I'm gonna work today, do some work today. I hope I need to film some videos so that I have some videos for this week, which I already had plans to, like, I know what I want to film. I just haven't filmed them yet. Yeah, I'm just really, really tired. Didn't sleep great. And just, I don't watch the news very much, but enough of it comes through on my social media feeds that I'm just exhausted from everything that's going on right now in the US. And yeah. Anyway, I'll check in later. Haven't checked in today. It's Wednesday, almost 5 p.m. I have a 5 p.m. work meeting. Not fun. My hair is doing its thing. One of the other expenses, so I should let me know if you'd be interested in this, to do a video of the expenses that I've cut back on to get ahead on my savings, pay down some debt, you know, all those things that my low spend year is trying to accomplish. But yeah, so one of the things that I have cut back on is haircuts and coloring, which I have a great lady that does it. I love getting it done, but it's $200 every time I do it, which I don't even think that, I feel like that's probably a good deal for all that she does. But I also usually in the chair for 4 hours, and anyone with dysautonomia or ME, fibromyalgia, any of those things knows that sitting in a chair for 4 hours, even when they would give me breaks, like to walk around, it's exhausting. And it's not great for my health either. But I learned how to cut my hair during the pandemic because I would also cut my mom's hair. And so really just trimming it is the most I can do, but I really need to decide if I'm going to keep bangs, let them grow out. I'm just not, I don't know. Bangs just, I like them, but they also require more attention. Mine do anyway, because I have a cowlick like right there. Anyway, this is not a hair channel. This is a book channel. I am still reading Invisible Me. I mean, I'll be reading this through other vlogs, I'm sure, because it's over 500 pages, and it's not something that you can read really fast. So I'm going to do my meeting, and then I've got some leftovers for dinner. I do need to probably tomorrow, the rest of my books for my round of the booktube prize came into the library, so I need to go pick those up tomorrow, because Friday I have a meeting in the morning, and I've had some issues in the house with the electricity, and so they have to rewire portions of it. It's a long story, but basically an electrician is coming and they give you like the long window, like 9 to 3. And he's going to have to be here for a while because it's not a small project, as far as I know. I'm not an electrician, so. But yeah, so tomorrow, Thursday, I'll probably go to the library and maybe work at the coffee house. So that's usually a nice Friday treat, but I won't be able to do that this Friday. So we'll see. We'll see. I might check back in later. Might not. But we'll see how much I get read. Today is Saturday. I meant to close out the vlog yesterday, Friday, but it's been an interesting few days for us. Just things were happening. Work was super busy. Mabel got sick. She's fine now. I think she likes to eat things in the yard, and I think she just ate something that upset her stomach. But of course, it happened overnight. So, you know, sleep was not had that night. I did get my electricity fixed, and yeah, things just were pretty busy. I did read a good bit. I just forgot to vlog for 2 days. It seems to happen with me. So I want to finish out, like, just kind of tell you a little bit more about what I read during the vlog. I finished Your Money or Your Life, 9 Steps to Transforming Your Relationship with Money and Achieving Financial Independence by Vicki Robin and Joe Dominguez. So I read this for my intentional living book stack, and I liked it. I think this would be good for someone graduating college or just starting out, maybe their first job out of high school or something like that. It's about budgeting. It's really looking at your values and seeing if what you're spending your money on and your values align. It also, there's a great chapter that talks about your time is also part of your wealth, your personal wealth or whatever, that we don't talk about it in that sense. And so looking at how much, you know, with your shopping, like how much a book, the cost of a book, how much of your time is that taking? You know, do you have to work an hour? Do you have to work 2 hours to pay for whatever it is you're buying? And is it worth it? In your value system, this book doesn't tell you what's important. It helps you determine what's important for you and your finances. The last couple of chapters go more into investing. So that's also something to think about with, retirement, things like that. That's all I wanted to say about that. But yeah, I listened to the audiobook. I also kind of had it out while I was listening to it, so I tabbed a few things. I also read The Echoes by Evie Wyld. This is an ARC. It comes out February 18th. This is a weird book. And y'all know I like weird books. I still haven't really put my full thoughts around this book because there's a lot that happens. And this is not a spoiler, this is in the synopsis, but Max starts off the book as a ghost. And he is looking at the people in his life and how they are reacting to his death. We also, so the chapters are like, they'll say before, then after. And then there's a couple of chapters that are specifically the name of someone in the story. So it's a weird structure. It I would say content warnings. Here are my content warnings for this. Abortion, death of a pet, talk about mental health. There is another content warning for talk of suicide and addiction. So Max and Hannah, bad with names of characters. Max and Hannah are a couple when he dies, and he comes back as a ghost to their apartment. And we find out kind of things that Hannah is hiding from him and things that he is kind of not talking to her about. And their families, there's a good bit of history with Hannah's family that we look at and why she moved to this specific area in London. She grew up in Australia, so she tells us about how the family ended up in Australia and different things that happened with different people in her life, like her mom and her grandma and those kind of stories. It is hard to put together. And again, my thoughts are just kind of all over the place with this. I rated it a 4-star. I really liked the writing, and I liked the things that it talks about. The structure, again, like I said, if you like to read a fairly linear narrative, this probably isn't for you. If you want clear answers at the end, it probably isn't for you. But I will say, if you enjoy complicated family stories, there's pretty complicated family stories. There's complicated relationship with Max and Hannah, with Hannah and her sister Rachel, and her whole nuclear family, her parents. There's an uncle that's involved in her life when she's younger. So yeah, it has stuck with me. I finished this towards the beginning of this vlog, which was over a week ago for me. And you'll see the amount of books that I've gotten into since then. Parts of this still stick with me. So I'm going with a 4. If you follow me on GoodReads or Storygraph, I will be putting my full review on that at some point. It might be there by the time this vlog goes up. Yeah, I'm hoping to kind of put my thoughts into words later today. Okay, I also am reading. I moved on to, and I'm new to NetGalley. I'm new to ARCs and getting reviews up and things like that. But what I'm trying to do is always have one on the go. So this was an ARC that I won in one of those GoodReads giveaways. So I want to get my review of that up before it comes out. But so when I finished that, I started a NetGalley book, and I started Chloe by Connie Briscoe. It comes out on March 18th. And I've read Connie Briscoe a long time ago, but I remember enjoying the book I read. And Chloe is so far, I've only gotten 3 chapters in, which is about 60 pages. They're pretty long chapters. And I'm blanking on her name. What is her name? the main character. What is her name? Angel. Angel. Okay, so Angel is a chef, and she is hired every year to go to an island where she is the chef for this party that is put on by this rich family. And she has gone back to do this in the middle kind of a breakup of a relationship. And she has some history with the island. She used to go there when she was a kid. And there's been mention of like a storm might have impacted their family when they were there the last time. But she is doing this party. There's a very important Black entrepreneur man there that the wife and mother of the family she's working for is trying to set up with their daughter, who their daughter has no interest, but they're trying to, make a match that way. And Angel has met him in just kind of happenstance kind of ways on the island, not knowing who he is. He's some big, like, Fortune 500 guy. I like the writing style. Get very angry with how the employer is treating Angel, which I feel like is the point of that relationship. So I'm hoping to finish that in the next couple of days. I purchased S.A. Cosby's All the Sinners Bleed in this vlog. I've listened to the first 2 chapters, and I really like it. I think I'm going to get more of this done today because I have a bunch of stuff I need to do around the house, and I find S.A. Cosby's books on audio are really, really good. And it's the same narrator that did, I'm pretty sure it's the same narrator that did My Darkest Prayer and Razor Blade Tears. I think I did listen to that on audio as well. So, so far, what we've gotten is a school shooting. That's pretty much all that's happened, where a very intentional shooting happened, and the Titus Crown is the first Black sheriff in this town in Virginia. So I've also been reading Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I am on chapter 6, which is page 136. This is following a man who really is just kind of showing how, as a Black man it starts in, I think, the 50s or maybe earlier, how he's just invisible as a Black man in all these different situations. Very harrowing scenes. This is, I like the writing style. It's pretty straightforward. There's some confusion. There was a scene in a church on the campus of the school that our main character is going to. And I got a little confused with who was who. But I'm enjoying the reading experience, even though the subject matter is very hard. And then I also during this vlog, got the books that I'll be reading for the booktube prize. And from what I understand, I'm allowed to say what books I'm reading. but not the rating or anything like that. So I'm just going to tell you, I am more than halfway through The Siege by Ben McIntyre. It's a hostage crisis type book. And so far, what I'm liking, just in general about the books, is I'm picking up books I would never have picked up before. All the books I'm reading for the BookTube Prize, I think I've heard of one of them. So it's been an interesting experience so far, and definitely follow my channel to find out more about my reading experience with that prize. So yeah, that's kind of a week in my life. Was it only a week? Yeah, I feel like it was only a week. It felt longer. I hope y'all are doing well and having some good reading in your life. Let me know in the comments what you're reading, how you're doing. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Bye.